Johnson, Business Development Assistant at Monatech Engineering Services. Among other roles, my primary role is to forge new relationships. It may seem cliche, but for many, I did not choose this path, it chose me. Having a background in social work, which the main aim is to help the vulnerable population, working here at Monatech and also with the initiative of JSSE, I realized that the project was to repair ventilators across the island, and these ventilators were being repaired for the public sector. Individuals who may not have the finances to go to private sector or to go to their personal doctors. So repairing these 14 ventilators across the island is my way of helping the vulnerable population. Having repaired these equipment, we now have these same hospitals querying whether we are able to fix patient monitors, hospital beds, and other equipment. This project, which was spearheaded by JSSE, highlights that companies within the private sector can come together and lend a helping hand in the COVID relief.
Hi, my name is Dante Rodney. I'm the Senior Instrument Engineer at Monatech Engineering Services Limited. My role here is to oversee engineers and technicians as we service and maintain biomedical and industrial equipment. The reason why I chose this field is I came to Monatech in 2015 as a junior engineer. In 2017, I became an engineer. We started working with the hospital in repairing biomedical equipment. Came back last year at the start of the COVID pandemic, where a lot of biomedical equipment, namely ventilators and anesthesia machines, were out of service. We started the repair, but we lacked funding. Coming back to Monatech, there was a lot of ventilators, namely from SERA, that is the Southeast Regional Health Authority, and the University Hospital of the West Indies, that weren't working. Dr. Aiken, CEO of Monatech Engineer, we saw that we needed parts to do the repair. That is where JSSC came in. He found that they were getting funding from various financial institutions, and with that funding, we managed to repair all the ventilators from the University Hospital of the West Indies. In getting this support from the JSSE, it has helped Monatech tremendously. We have been able to stock parts, namely O2 sensors, batteries for all ventilators. We have gotten used to a wide variety of our different brands of ventilators. So it has helped us to grow from what I would say a smaller company to something much larger with more expertise, more knowledge. And in doing so, we're able to fix all brand ventilators. In doing so, we have been able to fix majority of the ventilators on the market. And in fixing all those ventilators, we have been able to help a lot of people. And seeing that the pandemic is still on us and the numbers are growing, would like more help from the JSSC. We hope to seek more funding from the private sector in making this initiative worthwhile.
Daniel Jalal, and I'm an electronics engineer at Monatech Engineering Services Limited. I chose engineering when I was studying CAPE physics, and I was introduced to electronics and logic devices. I was fascinated by the ability to use these basic devices to solve both simple and complex problems, and I wanted to be are contributed to this. We recognize that the ventilators are critical to supporting COVID-19 patients, and we are happy to use our expertise to troubleshoot the problems and repair them so that the out-of-commission ventilators can be returned to the hospitals and more patients can be benefited.
With Barclay, and I am the Electronics and Biomedical Engineering Manager for the Instrument Engineering and Maintenance Division of Monatec. I chose this field of engineering to add value, to solve problems, and it was from a very young age that I realized I wanted to be an engineer. I remember when I was young, about 9 or 10, I used to go by my auntie's house, and there was some additional material from her fence that I used to use and build houses. I remember one stage I built a 2-story house. But as I got older, I transitioned into the biomedical and electronics path because of the value that we can add to our health services. And this is a perfect example of that field. All right, let's use this ventilator for example. This is an expiratory cassette. This is a very expensive part of the ventilator. As you know, in the health services, they face with financial constraints, and with the money and the funding provided by Jamaica Social Stock Exchange, Monatec is able to, one, purchase parts, pay for labor for the repairs of these ventilators that the hospitals and the public health facilities are not able to just readily fund like that off the bat. As I was saying, as we embark on this initiative with the ventilators, we are looking at other ways in which Monatec can add value to the health services in terms of other equipment that needs to be repaired. As I said, with the funding constraints, financial constraint that is faced with the government right now, I think that Monatec can be involved in speaking to these the members of the public sector, the members of the health services, have a conversation with them, and in that we can now better able to provide value. What is the things that they would need? What are the improvements to the facilities, to the infrastructure that are needed? Because as the hospitality rate increases, you realize that these hospitals are out of capacity. Okay, from last year when COVID landed in Jamaica, it was a shock to the health services. I was working in the health services at that time. And trust me, the amount of investments that the government placed are talking about projects, infrastructure improvement projects, construction of COVID wards, purchasing of ventilators, purchasing of patient monitoring. The government has spent a lot of money, and really and truly, we still have a gap. There are a lot of things that are needed. That will help to increase the capacity and the infrastructure that is needed to support and to fight against COVID-19. Okay, for example, again, use a ventilator as an example. Right now, the increase in hospitality rates increases the demand and puts a strain on the public sector. The equipment, for example, hospitals don't have enough ventilators, don't have enough patient monitors, and even if they have, a lot of these equipment are not functional. And Monatec has gone through, and all of those outdated ventilators will bring back to functionality. So you have a lot more equipment can be used to help or to provide care for these patients, the additional patient that comes in. As a result of all of these requirements, Jamaica Social Stock Exchange has started with this initiative, and I believe that it can be expanded and it can be developed into something greater, and the benefit that it will bring forward to the health services can be great in our fight against COVID.